Booking a table for one at a Michelin-starred New York restaurant felt like a secret mission. I found the place online, mesmerized by photos of beautiful food. The website wanted a deposit £125 just to hold my spot. This wasn't just about food, it was an adventure, a date with myself in the city. I dined solo before, but never somewhere so grand. It felt brave and incredibly freeing. Outside, the restaurant looked even grander than the photos. I nodded, relieved I wasn't an oddity here. My 125-pound journey had begun. The hostess LED me through a golden-lit dining room, buzzing with laughter, tables brimmed with couples and groups all celebrating something. I was a party of one tucked into a quiet corner with a perfect view. For a moment, I felt self-conscious, like a small boat in a sea of togetherness. But soon I realized I was a privileged observer, not part of any story, but able to watch them all. I ordered a glass of wine and settled in. The waiter was attentive, treating me no differently than the larger tables. He explained the menu with care, making me feel comfortable. I realized nobody was actually looking at me. Everyone was absorbed in their own worlds. The feeling of being watched was all in my head. I was invisible in the best way, free to enjoy my own company. As I sipped my wine, peace replaced awkwardness. Here I was, in one of New York's best restaurants alone, and it was wonderful. No small talk, no sharing food, just being present. I looked around at the happy groups and raised my glass in a silent toast, not to them, but to myself. The simple, profound pleasure of taking yourself out to dinner. The initial nerves faded, replaced by quiet confidence. I belonged here just as much as anyone else. The solo table was my own little island of celebration. I could simply exist, enjoy, and savor every moment. Dining alone wasn't lonely, it was liberating. I was both guest and audience, and I loved it. When I booked, I requested a seat with a view of the kitchen. To my delight, they granted it. My table was perfectly positioned, close enough to see everything, far enough to be out of the way. The open kitchen was a stage, the chefs, its dancers. The head chef, calm and focused, inspected every plate before it left. Around him, chefs moved in a silent, coordinated dance, slicing, assembling, perfecting. Each plate was a tiny masterpiece, tweezers placing herbs and petals with precision. Watching them was mesmerizing, almost as enjoyable as eating. The kitchen sounds were a symphony, sizzle of oil, thud of knives, quiet calls of orders. It wasn't chaos, but a controlled, purposeful rhythm. Dining alone, I could give this performance my full attention. I appreciated the care and skill behind every bite. The view transformed my meal into a complete sensory experience. Great food isn't just about taste, it's about passion, skill, and 1,000 tiny details. This front row seat was an unexpected gift. I felt connected to the creative process. The kitchen ballet was a show I'd never have noticed in a group. It made the meal unforgettable. I watched, I learned. I savored. The artistry was as nourishing as the food here. The kitchen was the heart of the restaurant, and I had the best seat in the house. Every bite tasted better for it. The first dish, guacamole, was made tableside. The waiter mashed fresh avocados, onions, coriander, and lime in a stone bowl. The aroma was incredible. The taste creamy and perfectly seasoned, served with warm, puffy tortillas. It was a fantastic start. Next, the tuna tostada arrived, a crisp tortilla topped with raw tuna, avocado, and chipotle mayo. It looked like art, tasted even better, crunchy, silky, fresh with a hint of smoky heat. I savored every bite. Then came the soft shell crab taco, golden, crispy crab in a warm tortilla with tangy slaw, sweet, juicy, crunchy, and bold. It was messy in the best way, Each dish was a new adventure, each flavor distinct to the main event, hanging chicken. The waiter brought a whole, roasted chicken suspended above a bowl of rice and vegetables. Juices dripped onto the rice, infusing it with flavor. The skin was crispy, the meat tender. The waiter carved it at the table. The rice was rich and comforting. It was interactive, theatrical, and absolutely delicious. Each course built on the last, a crescendo of flavors. The meal was more than food. It was performance ritual and delight. Every dish felt like a celebration. I rated the guacamole a 9, the tuna tostada a perfect 10, the crab taco an 8, and the chicken a triumphant 10. The savory courses ended on a high note. I was full, happy, and amazed. The food exceeded every expectation. Dining alone let me savor each moment. I tasted, I watched, I enjoyed without distraction. This was comfort food elevated to art. The meal was worth every penny, and it wasn't over yet. Dining alone opens you to the world around you, and sometimes the world notices you back. The head chef glanced up from his work, our eyes meeting across the kitchen pass. He gave a small nod, a quiet acknowledgement that made me feel seen. Later, a junior chef brought the tuna tostada to my table himself. "The chef wanted you to have this," he said with a shy smile. "You have the best seat in the house." That small kindness broke the invisible wall between kitchen and dining room. For a moment, I was part of their world. The waiting staff were wonderful, attentive, never intrusive. My waiter understood the rhythm of a solo diner, giving me space to observe and think. When he saw me watching the kitchen, he leaned in. "It's quite a show, isn't it?" We shared a smile. These small interactions made the experience warm and personal. It wasn't just a transaction, it was a human connection. These moments are the hidden treasures of solo dining. You may forget the ingredients,